Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking some highly practical HVAC guidelines and turning them into a definitive, easy-to-follow checklist to get your cooling system ready for the intense summer heat, ideally before it actually strikes. You know, as temperatures start climbing and we're staring down the barrel of the season's first major heat wave, your air conditioner is about to be asked to do way more work than it does on those nice, mild spring days. So, we're going to break down exactly how you can prep your system to handle that massive spike in demand. We'll be using clear, totally actionable steps drawn straight from professional HVAC guidance.
Here's our pre-flight checklist for today. We're going to quickly cover the heat wave threat, quick DIY indoor checks, clearing the outdoor unit, the preseason test run, calling the HVAC pros, and finally, surviving the heat wave. So, before we really get into the weeds here, I want you to ask yourself, is your AC truly ready for the heat? Like, are you proactively prepared for that first brutal heat wave, or are you kind of risking a sweaty, completely uncomfortable emergency? Believe me, a little preparation right now is literally the difference between seamless comfort and a sudden system failure exactly when you need it most. All right, Section 1, the heat wave threat. When that first big heat wave hits, your air conditioner is essentially forced to operate under extremely high demand. It's working overtime, and if the system isn't prepared for that, well, this sudden spike can lead to a rapid cascade of some pretty common problems. We're talking about really poor airflow circulating through your house, coils actually freezing over solid, or in the worst-case scenario, a complete system shutdown. Honestly, an unprepared system can overheat and completely fail in just a matter of hours during peak afternoon temperatures. Understanding this threat is absolutely crucial because it shifts our whole mindset from just, crossing our fingers and hoping the AC works to actively preparing it to handle a massive workload.
Moving right along to Section 2, quick DIY indoor checks.
1 to 3 months. That right there is your easiest yet most crucial time frame. You absolutely need to check and replace your air filter every 1 to 3 months, depending on how much you use it and your home's indoor air quality. And why is this such a big deal? Because a clogged filter heavily restricts airflow. To put that into perspective, just a lightly clogged filter can drop your system's efficiency by up to 15%. When airflow is restricted like that, the system struggles, which can actually cause the indoor coil to overcool and freeze into a solid block of ice. So if your filter looks dirty, swap it out for one with the correct size and rating right away. To wrap up these indoor checks, you'll start by replacing that dirty air filter we literally just talked about. Second, you want to hunt down any airflow problems by making sure your indoor supply vents are totally unblocked. Just take a quick walk around your home to ensure furniture, heavy curtains, or rugs haven't accidentally been shoved over the vents. Finally, go verify your thermostat settings. Make sure it's actually set to the cool mode. You'd be surprised how often that gets missed. Check that the fan setting makes sense, and if you've got a programmable thermostat, confirm that your temperature targets for peak hours are reasonable. You really want to avoid settings that force the system into a constant, non-stop cycle.
Okay, Section 3, clearing the outdoor unit. So, to protect that vital airflow on the outside of your house, you need to make sure the area around the condenser is pristine. Step 1 is simply removing any leaves, grass clippings, and just general debris that have piled up around the base of the unit. Step 2, trim back any plants or brush so that air can move in and out of those fins freely. And Step 3, which is honestly so often overlooked, is relocating any stored items nearby. Things like garden tools, kids' toys, or patio furniture can super easily blow over and block the unit's vents during windy or stormy summer weather.
Next up, Section 4, the preseason test run. This right here is a vital step. You have to test the system before you actually need it to survive. And don't just test your AC during moderate, mild conditions. You really want to run your air conditioner for a short period on a day when it is actually warm outside. Doing this gives you a genuine, practical chance to spot any obvious issues before the absolute hottest day of the season arrives and forces your system to just run continuously.
During this warm weather test run, you are actively hunting for warning signs, basically using your senses. First up, listen closely for any unusual rattling or grinding sounds coming from the machinery. Next, switch over to your sense of smell. Pay close attention to any musty or burning odors. If you smell something burning, that's an immediate reason to stop the test and call a professional, for sure. Finally, look and feel around. Check for weak airflow coming from your indoor vents, look for any ice building up on the indoor unit, and notice if the system is cycling on and off way too frequently. Oh, and while you're doing this, if it's safe to do so, you can definitely clean dust and debris from the indoor grills to help with air quality, but stick only to visible cleaning.
Section 5, calling the HVAC pros. Now, if you hit a wall with those warning signs, or honestly, if you just want ultimate reliability, scheduling seasonal maintenance before peak temperatures is your fastest route to peace of mind. When you call in a licensed technician, they're going to handle the complex internal mechanics that go way beyond our basic DIY stuff. They'll thoroughly inspect the refrigerant lines, check all the electrical connections to ensure everything is safe, accurately measure the system's airflow, and look for early signs of wear on internal components. This professional checkup is absolutely crucial if your system is older, if it has a history of repairs, or if you notice literally any performance changes during your test run.
And finally, Section 6, surviving the heat wave.
Once the heat is truly on, your behavior inside the house matters just as much as your maintenance. A really bad habit is forcing your system through aggressive temperature swings. Like cranking the thermostat way down the exact second you feel a little hot. Instead, try to build a good habit by aiming for steady, consistent comfort. You can significantly reduce the workload on your AC by simply keeping exterior doors closed, using ceiling or floor fans strategically to push that conditioned air around, and shading your sunny rooms by drawing the blinds or curtains during the hottest parts of the day. Now, if you do all this and the unit still trips a breaker or just fails to cool, stop troubleshooting immediately and seek professional service.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final provocative question. What is your very first step today to avoid a sweaty summer emergency? Are you going to start by checking that filter, clearing out the outdoor unit, or maybe scheduling a preseason test run for this afternoon? By addressing airflow, cleanliness, and basic system readiness right now, you guarantee that your air conditioner will perform reliably through the most demanding days of the season. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and stay cool out there.